Can I just start this video by saying we are such a better team when we play offensively, when we play on the front foot. What a difference it makes when we're not sitting back, inviting pressure, and then just hoping that we can slap them on the break. This is the way we should be playing week in, week out, regardless of who we're playing against. Of course, it's very difficult if you're up against a team that sit back with 10 men behind the ball, and then it's different to play against a team like Man City that suffocate you with 7 attacking players that are all world class. But I think the intent should always be to attack, to get at them. And that's exactly what we did against West Ham today. Of course, it's different when you're away from home compared to when you're at home. But being at home today, it's another win, another 3 points at the Emirates against a really strong team. The first thing I want to do is talk about West Ham because I've been so impressed with them over the last 18 months. Basically, since Moyes took over and really got their team going in the right direction, playing really well together. What I want to do is actually kind of compare the two teams and discuss which players would get into the one team. Which players would you take from both sides, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. So let's just quickly go through it because I think Ramsdale gets in goal. I think Soufal, despite getting sent off today, unfairly, I would say, he normally is fantastic at right back. I would then go with probably Ben White and Gabriel. Of course, I'm a little bit biased, but Dawson's up there for me right now. He was class today. And then Tierney at left back, I think that's a given. Then I would go for, in my opinion, one of the best duo pivots in the Premier League, and that is Rice and Souček. They are unbelievable, but they were so quiet today. We did such a good job. But I think they both get in ahead of potentially Partey and Xhaka. As a partnership, Souček and Rice really are top draw. And then I'd go Saka on the right. I'd go with Ødegaard or Smith Rowe in the middle. Martinelli on the left. I mean, Bowen maybe gets in there. That's a little bit of a tough one. And then I guess, based off the last 6 months to a year, you put Antonio up front. But, today Lacazette did a great job. So when you combine the two teams, I would say it's very close. West Ham are, I think, one of our main rivals this season, going for that 4th spot. But guess what, guys? We won today and we are in 4th place. Now, I mentioned Martinelli's name. Let's talk about this guy right here. 8.1 rating. He didn't get man of the match. It was actually given to Saka in the end. But, I mean, it's impossible to disagree with that. Saka was fantastic. In the first half, he was unstoppable. But I think Martinelli in general... Look, guys, he's come in to the team when we've lacked something special down that left side going forward, with Aubameyang not playing well. And, of course, he's been in the news for the wrong reasons. We're not going to talk about that in this video. We needed something, and Martinelli has given us that something. He is undroppable now. And I tweeted, how do you get Emil Smith-Rowe in the team? He came on as a sub and got the 2nd goal. Who do you drop? Ødegaard, who's got 3 goals in his last 5 games. Should have been 4. It's so... it's difficult, but it's a great problem to have. And I've said that a few times in my career mode as well. It's never a bad thing to have too many good players in a way. It's just great for rotation. But very easy to talk about Martinelli and Saka, but there's one player in particular that I really want to talk about today, and that is this guy right here, Lacazette. I've decided, in my opinion, Lacazette should be given the captain's armband until the end of the season. Technically, I guess you could say until he leaves the club. It's very likely he won't sign a new deal and he will be leaving in the summer transfer window. But until then, I think he deserves to start every game that he's fit. He's kind of like the glue in this team. He sticks everything together. Doesn't necessarily play as a striker the whole game. He drops deep. He gets other players involved. I think he should be our captain for now. He's clearly got a lot of respect. He's vice-captain behind Aubameyang, or was vice-captain. I think he's going to be given it for the rest of this season. And you could argue that maybe it's not the best idea because he's leaving, but nah, it's fine by me. That's my decision that I would go with, Lacazette or Tierney. Those are my 2 choices, but Lacazette was fantastic today. I thought defensively we looked really strong. Ben White, Gabriel and Ramsdale all just playing so well together. Tierney is our best left back. I don't think anyone really decided in their heads that Tavares was all of a sudden the better left back, but at the time he was playing so well. Again, a great problem to have, having two fantastic options. Tomiyasu, just such a solid signing so far. He might not be the most exciting player ever, and of course, he's a defender. Defenders aren't really that exciting to watch in general, but he just does the basics so well. I thought Xhaka and Partey were probably the weakest in the team today. I think Partey was better than he usually is. I mean, that's saying a lot. He's been poor this season. And, granted, Xhaka gave away the ball a couple of times, but I think he's still coming back to full match sharpness. I mean, the whole team was fantastic. It really was. And then, as I mentioned, with Smith Rowe coming on and getting a goal, Tavares got a couple of minutes, and Nketiah came on ahead of this man right here. What is happening there? It doesn't make sense to me. We've got 10 minutes left in the game or whatever. Why not throw on a winger? Yeah, let's throw on Nketiah, who's leaving in the summer, along with Lacazette and Aubameyang probably. Is Aubameyang going to go next month? Who knows? Is Pepe going to go next month? It's very clear that Pepe is not needed / wanted by Arteta. I would have loved to have seen Maitland-Niles or Lokonga come on at some point. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, isn't it, really? I'm not a fan of having Nketiah coming on in the last 10 minutes when he's refused to sign a new deal and he's not a winger. But we've got the win. I can't really complain. Let's talk about the red card for Soufal and the penalty. First of all, I think, the first yellow card, fair, square, you can't really complain about it. But the second yellow card for the foul on Lacazette in the box, well, first of all, maybe, I think it's probably 60-40 no foul. I think he has gone over the ball slightly. It's a little bit dangerous, but if you can't tackle like that, the game's going nowhere defensively, is it? It's just going to be really difficult for any defenders to make solid challenges if that's what's going to happen now. I don't think it was a yellow card, and I don't think it was a penalty. So I have a feeling that red card might get rescinded. I don't know. I don't get this rule. Okay, so apparently referees can go over to the screen and watch replays of red card challenges. That they're allowed to, but they can't for yellows. So what if this yellow card equals the red card? And that got me thinking, we need an orange card. We need sounds so stupid, but we need a different card for situations like this where maybe it's not strong enough to warrant being sent off and getting a ban. Just have a sin bin for 10 minutes. Like, oi, bad challenge. That's an orange card. I don't have anything orange to hold up here, but orange card, sin bin for 10 minutes. Why not? It might be something interesting, but it wasn't a penalty. Definitely wasn't a red card, so we'll see what happens there. And Soufal's a great player. He definitely isn't someone that's hot-headed and would have purposely gone over the top of the ball. At least I don't think so anyway. But we missed the penalty anyway, so I guess some West Ham fans would have said that's fair. But it shouldn't have been a red. And you could argue that our second goal probably wouldn't have happened if they had all 11 men on the pitch. But, of course, it's a lot of if, buts and maybes. At the end of the day, we've gone up into 4th place. In fact, should we have a look at the table before we go into the comments? Let me just go ahead and pull up the table. So look at this, guys. It's one of the biggest wins of the season. It really is. We absolutely needed that. And look, guys! Oh, we've got a positive goal difference. Can you believe it? Amazing. Of course, with COVID at the moment, the way it is in the Premier League, a lot of games are getting postponed. So, for example, you've got Tottenham here with 14 games played. It's a bit mental, isn't it? And we're almost halfway through the season, and finally, we've got a positive goal difference for the first time. Of course, we got battered at the start of the season in 3 games, not even scoring. So, you can just see the levels here, though. Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea they're miles away. We're now 7 points behind Chelsea with extra game played. Obviously, the top 3's done. There's no way that anything's going to change there. But honestly, this position right here, number 4, is up for grabs. I think anything over 6th, I would have taken it at the start of this season. So the fact that we're in this position right now, after the start we had as well, and now with all the controversy with Aubameyang, with COVID issues we had, it's remarkable. And you've got to give Arteta some credit. He's a madman. Did you see what he was doing on the side of the pitch? He's getting warned by the referee and all of his staff as well. I've got to say, I'm not a fan of all of the staff jumping up as well. I think the manager's got every right to question decisions on the side of the pitch. And as long as he's not being abusive towards the referee, sure, you can jump up and show your frustration. But For all of the bench to jump up as well, the staff, it's just a bit much. Just calm yourselves down, lads. Even at 2-0, Arteta was screaming instructions and, jumping up and down on the sidelines. But let's get into your comments. Please follow me over on Twitter. Get in the Discord as well so you can get your comments into Operation Arsenal. Hashtag it. Let's go into the first comment. This is from Ian Bjork. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Brilliant game. Agreed. Played with much energy. Martinelli, one of the most energized players I've seen since Alexis Sanchez. Same position as well. Flowing and creative attacking play, something we haven't had much this season. Maybe the best game so far this season. There you go. That's a very good... I love the picture as well. Is that Arsene? It's Arsene Wenger AFC instead of KFC. I love that. This is what I really enjoyed today. That. And you know what? Martinelli brings that. We are better off without Aubameyang because he sucks the energy. It is what it is. It's time to move on and play Martinelli. And that way we have a player like him that just chases and hounds players. And they lost the ball a lot of times because of Martinelli. We've then got a comment coming in from a broke student, Perez, from Mexico by the looks of it. Was worried about this game. Me too. But our boys showed up. They look confident, full of energy. If we could improve on striker, then it's a top 4 fight for the rest of the season. I think 100% agreed that this was a tough game and we weren't looking forward to it as fans. Well, a lot of us weren't. I genuinely didn't expect much from tonight. I thought it'd be a really tough one and that we'd probably just get pipped to it by West Ham, who, let's face it, have been a better team and a better club for the last year or two. It is what it is. See, improving in the striker role, we all know this. I think Lacazette did a great job today. It's about adding more, isn't it, at this point? It's about if we're losing Lacazette next summer or if we're losing Aubameyang soon, we need to bring someone in. Top 4, the fight is on, guys, for sure. We've got a message here from Error404, Generic Gooner. How the hell have you got that name? Hey, look, mate, if you want me to reserve that name, I'll take it because that'll be worth money in the future. Some company will want that. Never a red, but we dominated regardless. Very true. We were the better team today, but it wasn't a red card. Definitely wasn't. Lacazette is undroppable, says Arsenal Ultras Live. I don't care how much Aubameyang apologises and pleads his case. He won't. He knows he's in the wrong. He's the glue. We don't function offensively at our highest capacity if he doesn't play. That's kind of what I alluded to earlier with him being the glue and being the centre of all our operations going forward. Ellis then says, fantastic performance. Martinelli, outstanding, making himself pretty much one of the first names on the team sheet. Very good pressure too. We didn't stop all game. Champions League, here we go. No, don't say it. Don't jinx it. And by the way, yes, that is a Christmas tree, in case you're wondering. And a brand new chair. I've got a new chair. I'll talk about my chair in another video. I got sent it from Razer, and I've got to talk about it. It's insane. Yeah, I know, it's a chair, but honestly. We've got another question, another comment, that's the word I'm looking for. Questionable refereeing, 100%. The referee was terrible, but take nothing away from Arsenal's domination today. Never allowed West Ham to play their game. Hopefully Martinelli's all right. Yeah, of course, he was taken off. It looked like cramp, but you just never know. Arsenal players drop like flies this time of year. Last comment coming in from Dan. Great game. As a Man United fan, I'm scared of your youth. Mate, I feel the same way with United, with Greenwood, unbelievable player. And Rashford's still young, right? So Sancho as well. Yeah, I think, fair play to you for making this comment. I think it's very true. What we're seeing now and what we have seen throughout this season so far, especially since we made those signings in the summer with this, lots of young players coming in. We're a team for the future that's really starting to emerge. Once we get things more consistently correct with our attack and when we're a bit more clinical and these guys age and mature a little bit, we will be a fantastic team. And it will be difficult to keep the group together. I can imagine in 4 or 5 seasons, if we really took off and became contenders for the title and doing well in the Champions League, you're going to see offers coming in for Saka, Ben White. How good has he been, by the way? Up and down at the start, people thought, but, he had COVID and who knows, maybe he's just really back into at his best now and he's just looking like a great signing. Gabriel will get offers. I'm sure a lot of these young players that are coming through won't stay forever. It is what it is. And I think that's a good way to end this video by, again, just mentioning Martinelli, because the worry for me recently was that he wasn't getting enough game time and he would have been looking elsewhere potentially. I honestly believe that next season, first of all, give him a new squad number. I'm sorry, but 35 is a joke. For a player of his quality, he deserves that number 14. Give him number 11, whatever it needs to be. We've given Saka number 7 over recent years. We've given Smith Rowe the number 10 shirt now. It's time for Martinelli to become a first-team player. We can all see he improves the side. His goal against Newcastle, his goal tonight, fantastic player. He gives us so much more. Give him the number 11. Give him the number 14 if that's what gets him to stay. And make him sign another deal as soon as we need to, because we can't afford to let him go. But guys, for top 4, it's going to be a really tough rest of the season. Of course, there will be plenty of downs. There will be more highs and lows, that's for sure. But almost halfway through the season, with a transfer window around the corner, we can make some moves in that window, hopefully. And just keep going. Just keep chugging along nicely. Ignore the Arteta out fans. I personally think it's just way too harsh. And, people saying that he's being unfair on Aubameyang. You don't know anything about what's going on behind the scenes. No one does. Back the manager. Back the team. And honestly, I think we're really on that path of improving. It's still not perfect. It still isn't perfect by any means. West Ham did not have their best game today. And on another day, they would have won this game, and we're having a completely different conversation. But you have to give credit when credit is due. It was fantastic today. Come on, lads. Top 4.